Hello, give me a moment. Thank you. Hello, and welcome to this video. About 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, I made a video on choosing the perfect database stack for a new application, and that included SQL, Dragonfly, CockroachDB. That was the perfect stack. One of the biggest problems of CockroachDB, there are two problems actually. One is that it is written in Golang. So what happens with any garbage collected language is that it will end up consuming more RAM than necessary because there will be always so many objects lying around while not being used. So when the GC will happen, those will be cleaned up, and then the garbage will again accumulate and then again clean up. So for the duration the garbage exists, the memory consumed, your RAM is essentially getting wasted. The second problem of this kind of system is that uh, you have GC pause. Okay. Now there are few more problems with CockroachDB. One of them is the license. Okay. Then there is another problem. Let's talk about license a bit. CockroachDB essentially has only one license, that is enterprise license. You can run two nodes for free and then you have to pay for more nodes. So essentially you'll be paying. Now Postgres is free, but there is another problem with CockroachDB. CockroachDB is wire compatible with Postgres, but it does not provide all the features of Postgres. So that is a problem with CockroachDB. It is not 1:1 translation. Now, some time ago, I don't exactly remember, maybe 2 years ago or 3 years ago, I was browsing the web looking for databases and I came across this database called Gigabyte. If I remember right, its version was 0.93 at that time. It was not mature. I tried to install it and it didn't work. Then last week or so, I again looked at it. I hoped that it would have become stable by now. And to my surprise, yes, it is stable and is quite usable. So there are benefits of many benefits of Gigabyte. One of them is license. The core database is licensed under Apache, so you can use the core for free. Gigabyte Anywhere is licensed under commercial license, so that you have to pay. But the core database you can use. The second thing is the repository of Gigabyte just takes the source code of PostgreSQL and modifies it. Okay, so it does not suffer from the problem of mimicking the dialect of PostgreSQL, which CockroachDB suffers from. Gigabyte is 100% compatible with the version of Postgres which it is using. And of course, it is the entire database is in C++, so the garbage collection problem is not there. Performance is slightly better in C++ compared to Golang. Compile times are slow. So now, with these things in the mind, if excuse me, if I had to choose one database for my next generation application, which one would you choose? So personally, if you ask me, I would go with Gigabyte because it is simply distributed PostgreSQL database and it is cloud native, resilient, scalable, and everything. Okay. PostgreSQL would be my second choice when I have to basically do everything myself, and I want always the PostgreSQL feature of that. And if I want to scale PostgreSQL, I will use pgdog to scale it. And there are established patterns to circumvent the downtime of production database when the major version release changes, because at that time PostgreSQL changes the table format, so you are forced to upgrade. So the classic solution of that upgrade problem is that you do statement based migration or replication. And once the production database is fully copied to the target, you make the production read only and route the right queries to the other database. And once the wall or something, some setting is there, once that is satisfied, you stop the replication and bring down the older database node, and new database nodes would serve you. So this is an operational headache in PostgreSQL. Plus, you will have to maintain the read replicas and standbys of every node. Yugabyte does not suffer from all these problems. So I would take Yugabyte basically any day. Okay. So if you are new to databases, then I would suggest you start with PostgreSQL, learn it, and then learn Yugabyte database. Okay. So in 2026, if I have to pick one database, my verdict goes with Yugabyte. It is just too good, and with time it will become even better. It is still a quite young database. Okay, it is not very old. It is relatively very new database. So if I have to give the crown of king of databases, I will give that to Yugabyte. Yugabyte did a very smart thing by taking the entire source code of PostgreSQL. So they essentially got the database for free. All the different attributes, query parser, optimizer, and everything they got for free. And they just changed the storage engine and transactions and everything they implemented on RocksDB. So RocksDB is the inner storage engine of Gigabyte. And that was one of the reasons why they didn't choose Rust to develop the software. They chose C++. So I hope that you would find the Gigabyte useful in your next projects, and you would consider running Gigabyte in your project, and you will pick it for your project. So if you look at the features, if you want to know the features of CockroachDB, you should watch my previous video. So it is PostgreSQL and beyond, no compromising, built-in resilience with flexible disaster recovery, seamless scalability, global design patterns for global apps, fit for enterprise critical application, RAG and Gen AI apps and everything. Okay. So I think there is nothing more to say. Yugabyte rocks, and right now I'm using Yugabyte locally, and I'm planning to work on a piece of software by using Yugabyte, in which I will use Yugabyte. So let's see how it goes. I still have to go through the documentation of Yugabyte. Looks like well written documentation. I've just skimmed over it. So with this, I will end this video, and I hope that this information which I have given you, you would find it useful. And thanks a lot for watching the video. And I will see you in the next one in the PostgreSQL pattern matching video. Thanks again for watching the video. Enjoy. Oops.